Hey fellow Starjacks, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn. Episode 13, Arrival at the Scarlands.
I mentioned this before, but generally speaking, 2/3 of your vacuum protection comes from your helmet, 1/3 comes from your armor. And Starjacks have some natural vacuum resistance, so I don't need armor. I can just go without one. Yeah, too bad the Starjacks didn't survive. One, the bounty target that we had was a Starjack. That would have been nice. And then the other Starjack, Constantine, died. So Taiki and Constantine. Yeah, we have like 1,000 wood here already. Sick. Oh, yeah, we get cloth. Hey, I think I have an idea. That ideology room that we have? Yeah. We'll make it pretty. The amount of loot in these places is obscene. Like, truly obscene amounts of loot. Oh god, this is granite carpet. I'm not gonna bother stripping that up. It's not gonna work. I just realized what it said. Granite, huh? Oh, what the? Okay, it's carpet? I don't know. How much wood we got now? Yeah, a lot. Well, our chem fuel will be good. Making chem fuel from wood. We'll have plenty of it. Gideon says there's nothing left to smelt, so let's just go ahead and uninstall the smelter. Because our batteries are basically dead. If you want to fuel up your battery, so, warning, there is a little bit of a bug when you mix power networks, I've noticed. Maybe they patched it when it full released, but when I was playing this pre-release, I noticed that trying to connect orbital stations with your ship power network got weird. There were some bugs involved, where like, your batteries on your ship wouldn't drain, even though they should be. Like, just weirdness like that. So, question for you guys. There is a grav reactor basically directly underneath the platform. Is that where I'm headed next? There's the pole. And then the little guy needs a med spot. So let's install art in the ideology room with all the art we've been uninstalling, and then like give him a meditation spot. So the ideology room benefits and Gideon benefits. Mike, thank you for the resub. This is maybe more cloth than I reasonably need. So our chem fuel tanks are full, and all of this is just like extra chem fuel. So I think what I'm going to do is just keep the biofuel reactor off for a bit. I also probably should have radius restricted the refinery anyway. But I don't want like such a big stack of chem fuel that like one tantrum and the whole ship goes boom. So at this point, it is just a matter of hauling, and I'm going to put Little Gideon on the same zone that the other adults are on, because there's nothing dangerous or nasty that he has access to at this point. So it's safe for him to, to come help haul. And I do think that I don't want to open this up, because I don't want a hunter trap chasing me, potentially getting blown up next to an cryptocyte casket, which could pop out 4 soldiers. That sounds more dangerous than it's worth. So I'm going to leave this room alone, and I'm going to leave this room alone. Having needed to save scum once due to a freak of a Edekin hopped up on go juice and sprinting at me naked, I learned my lesson. I'm going to play it very safe. Is there any indication of what's down here that I could run into? This is going to be like a toxic fallout reactor guarded by ancient security systems. So, not fun stuff. So here's the temperature gradient, if you're wondering. Space is cold. It's not absolute zero. Unlike IRL, it's just very cold, -75. And then the facility is, I've cracked all the doors open, so it's struggling to try to keep up temperature, but a lot of the facility here is reasonable-ish temperature. And Ballistic, thank you for the sub. And it looks like you guys want me to head to Gravcore next, so I'll hide that poll. But also, if you're wondering, certain things don't work in vacuum, like, for instance, torches. You can't have torches in vacuum. I'll prove it. Cannot function in a vacuum. Yeah, no kidding. So, things that combust. Now, explosions still work, because the concept of an explosion is it's self-fueled, right? You could probably light thermite on fire in a vacuum, I'd imagine, because the thermite is what is oxidizing. I mean, I'm not a chemist, so don't quote me, but my point is, yes, traditional guns still work in vacuum, even though they wouldn't. There was what game was that, where it had, single-shot guns because the bullet would pierce the seal, the vacuum seal? There was some game that I played where it had a feature like that, where, you could shoot once ever, and then, of course, you couldn't refire because of a lack of, oxygen to combust. Can I place a windmill? No. Things like wind turbines wouldn't work either. I don't want to waste the material for it, but there is no wind. There is no weather in orbit. Solar's fine, though. Solar, unfortunately, doesn't get a boost, though. Like it would IRL. Because a huge amount of the solar radiation is absorbed. Not a huge amount, but a decent amount is absorbed from our atmosphere. Oh, great. An eclipse. And IRL, solar panels are more efficient, without being filtered through our atmosphere. But in game, solar panels just have an upper max, and it doesn't exceed that upper max. Let's do yellow hex. That is so much cloth, but I'm doing it. I don't care. You'd love to see the ability to deorbit a platform into an enemy colony, like a little oopsie? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like a lookout below! What a nice shrine. Little beacomb, yeah, exactly. Okay, I was gonna risk grabbing these 2 pieces of art. As long as we don't enter this area. In fact, here, I could do it like this. Area 2, don't go in here. If we stay far enough away from this hunter drone, we can get this art, no problem. I don't think I'm gonna bother with the wood, though. At some point, it's like, we have enough stuff. Really? You uninstalled it and just walked away? This is for real? Well, thanks. If you're wondering why space isn't like 0K, it's because your armor would never hold up to that. You know, it would really dramatically change the game mechanics and make it very challenging to ever bother with anything in space. So I agree that space shouldn't be negative 273 Celsius. Like, it would just be too much of a game mechanic problem, in other words. So yeah, I'm absolutely in agreement that I think it was smart to make it cold. To make it cold enough that it's like, you really need some pretty decent insulation, but not like, you know, 0 Kelvin or negative 273 Celsius. Or something close to it, because, you know, it wouldn't exactly be that. It's effectively cold. Well, there we go. Gideon now has his solar pinhole, and solar pinhole is actually going to be pretty handy for him to have because he can help Lisk with like mining zones. And I think we are, besides this muskox meat, we're basically just tidied up. I have a lot of stuff to sell, so that we have some components to grab. But the stuff that I have to sell would be good to once I get down here, land here, and then maybe visit Patience Townsend. Because we got some loot. I could gift it, though, with the transport pod. Don't bother with the baby food, though. So last thing I want to grab is maybe this vac suit. We do have a pretty healthy supply of plasteel now, as a result of all the smeltables. Pollock seed. Yeah, look. Our little boat is... I feel like I'm playing astronauts all over again. Jenga! Jenga! Fit it in! Can I land on other settlements? You could. You would absolutely piss them off and have to fight the occupants. It's not to say it's impossible. Alright, I think we're good to launch. And the plan was to drop here to this ancient reactor. Cowabunga, dude! I'm missing the cargo bay? I know. And I don't have an antenna, and I don't have a transponder. I'm flying dark. I'm a pirate. So we're landing in a Scarland. And Scarlands are like ruined cities that got bombarded to death. So as you can see, it's covered in craters. These are like impact craters from weapons. We are looking for a reactor here. An ancient reactor. And like, there's really only like maybe one room it could be in. Maybe it's in these other rooms. It's probably in here. With that said, I don't necessarily want to... Oh, you know what? I'm going to land on the boghounds. So, the critters here. Boghounds are screw-rotten little... They're like hyenas, I guess. They suck. They're fast and they like to eat you. And I'm absolutely going to park my ship on their heads because I want them dead. So I'm going to point my guns to the facility and like land on these boghounds to kill them. There seems to be... Oh, you know what? I think it's in here. Yeah, it's in there. This is some sort of facility buried in the mountain. I see your light. I know, I see, that's where the reactor is. I'll search the ruins, but I know where the reactor is. It's in the mountain, and I'll have to dig it out. So, thank God, Lisk can mine, because that would be brutal. Grav nausea. All right, if we're grav nauseous, everyone stay inside. Grav nausea is when you had to basically brake quickly to slow down, and it makes everyone super nauseous. Basically, like, very short-lived food poisoning. There's toxic fallout of this map tile. Oh, the other thing is, let's go ahead and... I don't believe... Let's leave our helmets on. Because, I mean, there's toxic fallout here. We might as well just keep our helmets on. As, like, rebreathers. That's how to deal with that, boghounds? Yeah, just, I'm a park on you. Now, there's other boghounds here. And the reason why they're particularly nasty is, they always group attack. So if you inspect them, descended from domesticated dogs, these canines have grown unaccustomed to human company. They're skilled scavengers, able to survive in extremely toxic environments. Boghounds are much harder to tame than their domestic cousins and much more dangerous. They're more dangerous because they pack hunt, if I'm not mistaken. So you got to be careful because one hunts you, they all hunt you. So it's not like a wolf or a bear where like one wanders up to you. It's going to be the whole damn pack, and that's just a lot harder to survive. Cheers. So we have 2 more hours of grav and 1 more hour of grav. All right, cleared. Cool. I'm not going to go out in 1 in the morning. I want my move speed advantage from daylight. Also, move speed advantage from Icy not wearing a parka might be nice. She moves faster. No, I'll keep the marine armor on. Bulk goods. Yeah. You got my attention. I've got some stuff. I might want to get rid of the traps that I have, because like they're just taking up room. I don't foresee using them. Although we do have a vac suit to melt down still. So, pollock seed. That's a poor parka. I'll make better. I'm gonna sell the furniture. I took it to sell it, really. I didn't intend to break it down because I didn't want that much leather. And then I'll make new tail caps at some point. Animals and plants book? Sure. You guys did have a kind of... You wanted for me to dye stuff, so maybe. Oh, this works. And there's stuff in the bow that I can sell as well, I think. Yeah, there's a few pieces. Maybe I'll make a wolfskin parka for her, because she's our, like, primary hunter. Having her be harder to kill would be nice. Where do I put that thing, though? I have no idea. I think what I'm going to do is, I know I need to expand the ship at some point, and maybe with this next grav core, that's exactly what I do. But for now, we're going to do this weird swapsies, where I use this as, like, a swap space. So, we want 4 tail caps made of... Never mind. We want a parka made of wolfskin. For Icy. Once she gets out of her marine armor. I don't have any tiles to expand. I'm 500 out of 500. I've filled it all the hell up. A part of me thinks our best approach for the boghounds is just to shoot first, because it's really inevitably they're gonna attack us. It's just gonna it's not when, it's not if, it's when, I should say. There's the SMG. So once let's just go now. Unfortunately, we don't have good line of... Oh, Lisk. Got to bring. We don't have good line of sight on them. Oh my god, they're fast. How fast are you? 5? Okay. Dodge the bullets! We'll move the book later. Oh! Hello! Okay. Forget door. Okay, that one's dead. Rylus was like, guys! You can see why they're dangerous. He, like, almost took my arm off in a bite. And now with Lisk as a valid target down here, we're just dragging the other hound around. So the other issue is not the one that bit me, but this one is Scaria rotten. And I don't want to get Scaria infected. So it's important to not get bit by, basically rabies. Down they go. Alright, area 2. This is child area. I'll allow to be in this zone. I'm probably going to need to mine around this mountain to figure out where the entrance to this reactor room is, or, like, try to breach it with a breach axe and guns or something. I know, I'm not really sure. I'll have to figure that out. Is this... Oh, it wasn't instant run. Oh, okay. It was scurried, but, like, it's still butcherable. I think, right? Because I don't allow rotten in here. Yeah, it's butcherable. That's unusual. And just remember, why have dog leather? For in the future, be like, oh god, you killed dogs? No. No, I really didn't. They aren't dogs anymore. They're murder mutts. I think what might be nice is for me to dye the hull that I have that is uranium a different color. That way it's clear, it's like special. At some point I'll like try to buy more dye. But that's the uranium walls that I've got, knowing that they're like ruggedized. Game being really generous with the limestone meteor? Yeah, that's what I asked. I prayed to the Starjack gods, and they gave me a limestone. Dying the resource walls makes sense to you? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. That way I know what's tough, what's not. There we go, we've got the tough section. Lisk. So this has 7,500 health. I don't know how fast we can get through that with a breach axe, but I am about to explore that. I don't have a smithy. I could build one. Where is the breach axe? Okay, it's in the same spot it always is, and I never remember that it's there. It's a real shame I have no brain. So if we wanted to bust this up, is doable with an extraordinary amount of patience. Because the issue is, like, I don't really want to be mining around here, because I have no idea where the entrance might be. I don't have a... Do I have a smithy? I have a machining table, but that's not a smithy. I don't think I have a smithy. Nope, I do not. You need rest, you need food. Okay, take a break. Oh god, speaking of food, I would love to eat some. But there isn't any. You mixed up the smelter and smithy? Oh, no problem. You're just looking out for me. I mean, I have been streaming for 8 hours. It's totally reasonable that I would forget. We have the ability... Oh my god, I'm so happy. To make advanced components. Yes! Which means, I think I want I think I want bionic legs. I want legs. I want faster legs. So, let's smelt all our tainted apparel and become bionic monsters. Because honestly, if we're fighting the mech hive, we're gonna need it. Can you make a hull segment with HP equal to the fortified walls? No. Wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah, my walls go up to like 1,000, maybe 1,500 with plasteel. What is, let me see. Plasteel grav ship hulls are 1175. I think that's probably as tough as you get. Because regular plasteel walls are 900 or 840. So 1175, I mean, that's good, but that's not like I'm going to stop breachers good. That's like, this is a minor inconvenience for breachers. So we're getting rid of the tainted marine armor. I'm keeping the regular. I think, is that all the tainted stuff? Yeah, that's all the tainted stuff. Lisk, what is... Yeah, get happy, man. You shouldn't be that sad. Oh, telescope. So, other animals that I gotta look out for. None. None are gonna really come after me, unless they have like some sort of mental break. Alright, Mr. Lisk, come out here and keep popping the walls. So I will search the rest of the ruins. I just think that the reactor I'm looking for is in the glowing fortified building and not in the crappy ruined city. As far as I can tell, there's no threats in this ruined city, but that doesn't mean that like going through those doors is going to be safe. There's one more tainted helmet on the stand? Is there really? Yeah, there is. I guess they don't grab from armor stands for smelting tasks, because, Oh, I'm not queued to smelt... Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I guess they don't strip off... It doesn't treat it as a shelf. That's good to know. I wasn't aware. Psychic Drone and Mitch. I don't want Mitch, because we don't want baseliner, so bye-bye. Am I planning a series like Vultures? I don't have any planned series besides the 3 I'm already doing. Well, we're through. And it's a hack door. So once everybody is together and ready, I will consider hacking that. Can I set the armor stands not to take tainted? Yes, absolutely. They are totally reasonable to do that. Prosthetics just got researched, so I'm actually going to get standard grav tech next. To advanced grav tech, because that would be super sexy. And then if anyone really needs bionic replacements, I'll pivot. But I don't think anyone is like in dire need of bionics at the moment. Now what we do need to do is leave here for like a place that has meat, because hunting scurry rotten animals and a monitor lizard or two is not going to be a lot of food. So let's go ahead and search the ruins first, just to know that they're empty. Oh, that was stupid. Hold on. I've got an alpha thrombo horn and I'm running around with a breach. Oh, god damn it! Frickin' lightning! I might have been raising a certain finger up to the sky. Okay, well, she needs to rest. She just got movement speed 65% is not safe to be wandering around in a danger zone. Let's heal you with industrial meds, though. So you heal faster. And then Lisk, preach health to her, so she heals even faster. And then bed rest, so she heals even faster. Because I'm not going to risk her wandering around ruins when she can't run away. That's just very stupid. But now you know why I cussed, because it's like, I knew exactly what happened the moment I saw her injured after I heard the lightning. It was like, yep, she got frickin' hit. Lisk. There are components around. What else is there? Let's search for ore. There is some silver ore. I don't really care about silver ore. And then compacted machinery. I found all of it. And then compacted steel, but I don't care about that right now either, because I already have 900. I'm using Phoebe Chillax on Losing is Fun. It's because normally I wouldn't, but of my two other series, one's using Randy at Losing is Fun, and the other is using Cassandra at Losing is Fun, so I figured I'd round them all out and use Phoebe. I think this is honestly the first time I'm ever using Phoebe. I don't think I've ever used Phoebe on stream in the 1,000 of hours that I've streamed RimWorld. What the hell? Oh, there's no way you're, sorry, you're rejected. I saw their animal skill and I was like, yeah, you're not a Starjack. I don't even need to check. Icy is going to take her pain and anguish of being struck by lightning out on this idiot. Yeah, Phoebe is not... It sounds chillax, but what Phoebe is she waits a long time between threats, but the threat size is pretty bad. And I've already had Phoebe me once. I had, it was just the three of us, right? And I had an Edekin raid of like a dozen or more Edekin, and like one of them was like naked, which makes him faster, hopped up on Go Juice and a jogger with a melee weapon. And he just crackhead rushed me, murdered me, and like wiped me as a result. Because how do you take down like a PCP crackhead or whatever who's like naked with a blade? Like he completely schooled me and it was embarrassing. And there was nothing I could do. I was just like, oh, I'm dead. I saw his movement speed while he was like 5 cells away from me. I was like, yeah, I don't have Locust Armor, I'm dead. And that's exactly what happened. It was pretty bad. All right, so she's healed because I like preached health and used drugs. So as soon as Lisk is done mining here, I'll Oh, what'd you say? You poked her at her. You joked about how she's kind. Okay, so you basically said, "Hey, you sure know how to be nice," which is the opposite of bloodlust, more or less. And she was like, "You know what? I like the cut of your jib." At least that hell went down in my head. I have a lot more wood. So make yourself a double bed. No, Gideon, not you. Excellent, that's good enough. So Lisk and Rylus. Icy, uninstall. And then reinstall. I was not expecting that matchup because of the age gap being 25 and 47. It's not weird per se, but Rylus is 26. I was expecting the 26 and the 25 to, but nope. That's not how it went. Okay, back to what I was originally doing before I got struck by lightning. Let's go do some terrain clearing. I want to search the ruins. Okay, there's 2 Militors and a safe. So let's stand over here and shoot the wall out No, not that. Okay, never mind. I was gonna shoot the wall out, but Lisk was like, ha, front door! And, didn't get the memo. Are they coming? Okay, they're coming. And I'm just, like, wasting their time with a shield-belted guy. Ooh, good shots. Well, sometimes. Okay. What's in the safe? Probably another map, but even if it is, I'm surprised those maps haven't given me my quest yet. Like, what the hell? Yep, it's a map. Map of the Horrible Badlands. I think it's a map of here. I don't think there's anything behind here, but, like, I'll check. Uranium. I would not have known. More Militors in another safe? Okay. In this case, let's not do what we did last time. Let's do this smarter. So I'm going to stand here and shoot the wall out. Rylus. Actually, Lisk is close to mental break, so I'm going to have Lisk leave. I can have Icy just solo this. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to set up a shooting gallery of space so that I have line of sight on them, so I can shoot them at larger range. Because I'll be able to shoot them from, like, here once this wall's... Oh, hello. Never mind. If you're not going to guard your safe, I'm taking it. Nope, they're kind of guarding. They're like... I don't know what they're doing. But I'm shooting them. Got them. Okay, Rylus. Or Lisk and Rylus, come join me. Three shooters are better than one. Ruin guards activate on proximity. Like, anything happens around them, they get pissed. Kind of like how insect hives work. Right? Like, mega spiders don't really care about you until you're really close. So they're a proximity alert. Which is no big deal. Because pretty easy to just clear them out. Now, it's way more dangerous when it's, you know, I haven't seen any centipedes, but, like, cyclopses are pretty dangerous. Scythers are obviously very, very dangerous. Lancers can be dangerous. So, you know, you gotta keep your guard up. And it is... It's a unique weapon. It's a unique weapon. What is it? Oh, no! Why? It's a smoke launcher gun. Phoebe, you piece of... It was a charge rifle, and I was like, yay! And then it had the stats of a smoke launcher. No! So, this is stupid. What can I shoot at? Oh, I'm doing damage. Let's read that again. So its trait is, this weapon has an attached smoke launcher. Oh, okay, it's a shell that I can launch. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's not good, because I would have liked for it to have more damage, but a smoke launcher rifle is nice. A built-in launcher. So I'm not as upset as I was a moment ago. It's good for cover. It's good to take out stationary turrets. For sure. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Voidborn.